Hey, this one's going to be about something that happened today. I thought it might be interesting. This morning I said to my grandson before he left, iPhone. But I don't, an iPhone costs a lot of money per month and everything. And I never went for it. Because I don't know, I'm here at the house, I got a cell phone. I got it with Verizon because Verizon was good during the storm. So how could it? He says he thought about it for a little bit, and he says this MiFi, what's that? It's like a hockey puck type of thing. They're coming out with all new things and everything, and so today I says I'm going to take a ride. I took a ride to Verizon, and yeah, sure enough. I've got the iPad. Oh, when I went to the doctor's, the lady was using the iPad, and I says, well, my iPad it don't have the internet. Well, she says, I got the iPhone, so they pair it and you get it, the internet. When I go to South Jersey, it'd be nice to have. I got the iPad, I got a couple of iPods, I got quite a bit of things, and nothing. When I leave the house, nothing works. So I ask him at Verizon, because I got the Verizon phone, and oh yeah, you get this gadget, and then we pair it, and how much is that thing? $70, and you get a rebate or something. Oh my God. And then what does it cost a month? 30. Oh, 30. And then all three of my items will work? Oh, I'll go for the $30 a month, okay. Okay, sign me up. We're good. Let's get it done. So now, okay, I got that done. I'm on my way back. I'm coming back. I'm coming down and crossed over Prineville Road and I'm coming into the yard, Union Valley Road. And there's a guy standing there. I seen him before I even crossed. I seen him stand. Who's that in the yard? The guy was taking pictures. So let him take all the pictures he wants. So I stopped. How you doing? I stopped on the other side of the road. I'm taking you. You don't mind, do you? No, I don't mind. Pull in the yard. Follow me down the driveway. So he followed me down. I spoke to him, and he just moved into Stonebridge. He was from Brooklyn, a Jersey boy, just like yours truly. So we got along real good. And his brother was an electrician. We were talking. Everything was smooth. Anytime, bring your father. He says, my dad is, bring your father. Bring him over. So, okay, then he took some pictures of the pumpkins and stuff. That's why he was beautiful, beautiful. It looks nice. And it does during the fall. So I says, you see them trees over there? Yeah, your cuddly maples and all are great. I says, no, them big trees, them big like pines. They lose their needles and everything in the fall. They didn't. And when you look here in the winter, it'll be a skeleton. There won't be nothing on them. You're kidding? No. I says, you know what? Somebody told me a story about those trees years ago, and I says, I won't even repeat it. And what the man told me, a man that knew his stuff, said to me, thought to have been extinct and found grown in China. I wouldn't repeat that to anybody. They think I'm BSing them and everything. Thought they've been extinct, and I got them in Monroe, and they're grown here. I never repeated it for 25, 35 years. I never even said nothing. Then guess what happened? Another time, a knowledgeable person stand here and he says to me, 35 years later, thought to have been extinct. What? Again? Thought that it's been extinct? What the heck is this? So I'm talking to this man in the yard, this guy from Brooklyn that just moved into Stonebridge, and I'm telling him, I said, I can't even remember the name of that tree. I know the name, but I can't remember it. I can't remember. And I put my mind to it. I says, Bob, with Google you can find out anything. So I put down pine that loses its needles. It come up bald cypress. I looked at it, bald cypress, okay, and everything and all. And I says, yeah, but that's still not it. It's not it. So I go back into Google, bring up Google, then I type in, thought to have been extinct. Thought to have been extinct, found grown in China. Bingo, it comes up. There it is. Dawn Redwood. That's the name. That's it. That's what I was told that what it is. Dawn Redwood. That's what it is. So, okay, I got it. So I made the copy of the Dawn Redwood. I copied it. So now I got to wait a week or so till that tree turns green. Turns red. I'm going to video it. There's two of them big. They're big ones. And one other one further up. I got three of them there in the front yard. They grow enormous. And I'll read those things, what it said about the on Google, what it is. I'm going to read them to you. And I'll take a picture, and I'll take a picture again at the end so we get it on record. I got to stop it here, and I'll bring up those the two things so I can read them to you. I'm going to stop it right here. Here's what Google's got to say about the Dawn Redwood. The Dawn Redwood is distinct from the other two species because, among other traits, it is a deciduous tree rather than an evergreen. This means that it sheds its leaves in the fall, is bare in winter, and grows new leaves in the spring. It is also the smallest of the three redwoods, typically between 50 and 60 feet tall, but can grow up to 140 feet tall with a trunk about 6 feet in diameter. Before it was discovered in a remote area of China, the Dawn Redwood was thought to be extinct. Scientists had identified fossil remains of this redwood in North America, Asia, and Greenland, and had concluded that it must have been extinct for millions of years. However, in 1944, a Chinese forester found an enormous Dawn Redwood in Sichuan province. In 1948, researchers supported in part by Save the Redwoods League traveled to China's remote Shui-Hesu Valley in south-central China. They found a few thousand trees growing in narrow canyons that opened into the wide valley. Rice and other crops were being cultivated in these lowlands. The researchers guessed that the valley was probably once covered with Dawn Redwood forests. They collected cuttings and seeds and sent them to Asia, Europe, and North America to be grown in public and private gardens, which is where you can enjoy them today. The Dawn Redwood is commonly known as water fir or water pine in China because of its tendency to grow in low-lying areas near rivers and streams, the same conditions that support rice cultivation. To the Chinese people, this tree is second only to the panda as a conservation icon. Today it takes a community of caretakers, scientists and managers, volunteers and donors to protect all redwood forests. With your help, we know that these giants will inspire the imagination of countless generations to come. Okay, those trees in my front yard. I've been here just about 50 years. Just about 50 years. Well, not 50, but we're close to it, getting close to it. We'll use 50 years. Those trees were pretty good size already in the front. So I don't think they were grown from seed. Mr. Swalji must have got those trees started at a decent size. Now, for a tree to get to be a decent size, Swalji was here 20 years. And for a tree to get to be a decent size, he maybe in that time frame, 48 or 45 or something like that. But his must have been of a fairly decent size already. So that's the story of the redwoods. Those out there could be 80 to 100 years old, close, something similar to that is my guess. and they've got a long way to go yet, and they can, I mean, they're a couple feet in diameter, but not 6 feet in height. They're not anywhere near. They can grow a long way more in the next 100 years if they're not destroyed there in the front. Okay, so the plan then is now to video them while they're red before they drop their leaves, and then I'll video them again as a skeleton during the winter, and we'll put it all assembled all together into one piece. Okay, signing off. I'll get the pictures of them in there, but you might not see me. Okay, let's finish up this story of the Dawn Redwoods. I'm up by the lesser of the 3 trees. This is the lesser one, but at least it turned red. It's turned colors for the winter, and then it's going to drop all those needles and become a skeleton. Now that's in height. This is the smallest, but it's a little bit, few feet up, and at the north side and everything, and it's turned color first. Now I'm going to go down to the 2 bigger trees. Now there's the 2 bigger trees. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now they haven't turned anywhere near as red yet. That other one wasn't even red, but I want to get this done. It's just turning a little bit halfway, and then to the right of that is an oak that I planted. It's just about lost its leaves for the winter. The winter is here. We get the 4 seasons, and there's the 2 trees. I'll get another angle. Dawn redwood, thought to have been extinct. There's the oak right in front of us, the 2 redwoods behind. And in height, I don't know, maybe 70 feet or so. I just guess. I don't know, 6 foot man, 10 times easy. 20 times, no, I don't think. A person standing under it, his head wouldn't come near those leaves under the tree. I get one more angle and that's it. And the pond, the house. This is a weeping white pine here. Sold a lot of those, for a few of those that I had, for $1,000 in the ground. Here's the 2 redwoods in front of us. The one on the left is a little bit taller. It's red. It won't take long to drop them leaves. This one here is greener, a little shorter, and then it'll be a skeleton. And that thought to have been extinct part, I wouldn't even repeat it when I heard it a long time ago, until 10, 15 years ago someone said the same thing, and then when I Googled it, I found it. That same thing, the name of it, Dawn redwood, just by Googling, thought to have been extinct. Unusual. That's it. The trunks, Mark said he did the circumference, and the circumference, it was 4 foot. About 4 foot. I thought, I didn't even know circumference. Oh yeah, circumference all the way around. So that, according to Google, 6 feet. Can go to 6 feet. So they're pretty good. Now Mike's men trimmed these so I could go under them, you know, go under them with the lawnmower and all. All those branches and all were all the way down. It's better this way. Okay, that's the story of the Dawn Redwoods. And with these were the Amur maples with the winter coming on. They're about ready to drop and like die for the winter, and in the spring they'll come back. They're not very pretty in the winter. Okay, cut leaves or something. They're ready to drop their leaves too. So am I, ready to drop my leaves. 81 the other day. I'm like this fountain. Broken. We went to Virginia and bought all those concrete items. Darn near blew the tires on the truck. We had to come home. I had so much weight in the truck. Cameras. The security system. And then up above there's another one. I don't know if we can see it. Wherever it's at under the light. That's the story of the Dawn Redwoods. Up in there somewhere. In reading, I think when I was reading here, I think it got on here, but I read that the Chinese think as much of the Dawn Redwoods as they do of the Pandas. So I was just mulling thinking about it. I wonder if I could call the Chinese embassy in the morning. No, Mondays they're closed. It's a holiday. Maybe Tuesday. Call the Chinese embassy and trade. Trade with... Nah, they got them. But it'd be nice to get a panda. Have them as a pet. They could deliver them by helicopter. They could land the helicopter in the front yard like I did that one time at that picnic. I had the guy land the helicopter in the front yard. Wonderful. The grandmothers, they were looking, man, get back. He's coming out. He had a hot dog and a beer. And then he took off and went up against the pond. Oh, up. Beautiful. The kids, when it landed, they were all around the helicopter. Okay. That's the Dawn Redwoods. Take care of yourself. And the redwoods from the yard.